We interrupt this program to give you a very important announcement. On the 11th of the 11th of the 11th, Skyrim was released. Also, we bring you some very... We interrupt this interruption to give you an even more important interruption. As you all know, on the 11th of the 11th of the 11th this year, Germany surrendered, making Britain, us, win the First World War. Let's see how the events panned out. In 1918, Germany was desperate to win the war after the Russian defeat. It decided to do one last gamble, pushing all its troops towards the Western Front and breaking through the British lines. This idea came up by General Ludendorff. The Germans managed to push the British back to Paris. Its heavy guns were in reach of Paris, but it was starved of resources and food. The British then used this to its advantage, pushing a final counterattack. They had lost 400,000 men and had none left as reserves. So we began to push them all back again. We attacked them at the beginning of August this year with our well-led troops, aircraft, tanks, and better artillery, and by late September we had reached Hindenburg Line. This led to the Germans calling a ceasefire. The German surrender needed to be taken advantage of because they were the ones who started the war. The Allies were able to make the Germans agree to anything.
Germany must pay £6,600 million of reparations. 50% of all coal sources were taken away. If Germany couldn't pay, they must give land. The Navy was only allowed 6 small ships, not including submarines. They were allowed no air force, and the army was allowed no more than 100,000 men. Rhineland was made a demilitarized zone. Parts of East Germany were given to Poland, all colonies were taken away, and Alsace-Lorraine was returned to France. They were forced to sign the War Guilt Clause, which made them admit to starting the war.
So we can see that this young lad obviously used to be an adventurer like me. So, how do you feel about the end of the war? Not pleased.